Welcome students. Today's experiment is recording of blood pressure. So the aim is to record the blood pressure of the subject. Now, what is blood pressure? So as we know that blood pressure is the hydrostatic pressure exerted on the wall of the arteries. Okay. Now, within the blood pressure, there are two components. One is systolic blood pressure and another one is diastolic blood pressure. What is systolic blood pressure? It is the pressure of blood in the arteries when the heart pumps. And the diastolic pressure is related to that phase of the heartbeat when the heart muscle relax and allow the chamber to fill with blood. Now the normal blood pressure which should be kept in mind, first of all, the systolic pressure should be less than 120 mmHg, that is a mercury, and the diastolic pressure should be less than 80 mm of mercury. Now what are the requirements? What are the requirements for the experiment? First one is the stethoscope. As you have seen in the video that stethoscope consists of total three parts. First one is ear frame. Next one is conducting tube. And the third one is chest piece. Now, the second requirement is sphygmomanometer. Sphygmo means pulse and manos means thin. Metro means to measure. So this sphygmomanometer, it consists of three main parts. First one is mercury manometer. Next one is cuff. Cuff is used to inflate and deflate the air. And the last one is air pump with the knob. Air pump with the knob helps to inflate and deflate the air into the cuff. Now, what is the procedure for recording the blood pressure? First, before recording the blood pressure, what is important, as you have seen in the video, that you have to allow the subject to sit or lie down at least for 5 minutes so that the entire body gets relaxed. Now, place the arm, that is after 5 minutes, you have to place the arm of the subject in such a position so that it is at the level of the heart. Now, you have to take the cuff of the sphygmomanometer and wrap round the arm. You remember that the wrapping should be neither too tight nor too loose. Now of the cuff should be at least 2 cm above the elbow. Now there are two steps for recording the blood pressure. First step is palpatory method and the next step is the auscultatory method. Now what is palpatory method? Now first what you have to do, you have to palpate the radial artery at wrist and feel the pulse. You can see in the video that the demonstrator is trying to take the pulse from the subject. Now, you have to tighten the screw of the leak valve of the sphygmomanometer and inflate the cuff slowly with air pump until the pulse disappears. When the pulse gets disappeared, you have to note the reading. Here the demonstrator is trying to take the pulse. The demonstrator have got the pulse and reading is noted. Now the second step, that is auscultatory method. Now what you have to do? You have to place the chest piece of the stethoscope on bifurcation of brachial artery. You can see where the bifurcation is positioned, okay, at the elbow level. Now inflate the cuff rapidly, and raise the pressure at least up to 200 mm of Hg. That is the reading which has been determined by palpatory method. Now you have to release the pressure. As you are watching in the video, the pressure is releasing gradually using knob until a clear, sharp tapping sound is heard. The tapping sound is only identified by the demonstrator. It cannot be visible in the video. That tapping sound is the systolic pressure. Now, after that, the sound where disappears upon releasing the pressure, you can note it as diastolic pressure. You can take 3 readings at an interval of 30 minutes only to take the average. So after performing the experiment, you have to write down the observation. First, you have to note down the name of the subject, age, gender, and the date and time of recording of blood pressure. After that, you have to draw the observation table as shown in the video. Now, what is the clinical significance? From the observation, if you find that the subject has a systolic pressure less than 120 mm of mercury and diastolic pressure is less than 80 mm of mercury, you have to understand that the subject has normal blood pressure. If the range rises to 120 to 139 in case of systolic and 80 to 89 in case of diastolic, then the subject has pre-hypertensive condition. And if the range extends above 140 in case of systolic and 90 in case of diastolic, then you have to understand that the subject has hypertensive disorder. So now the result. So in the result you have to write in this manner: the blood pressure of the selected subject was found to be, whatever you will find in the observation table, you have to write in the blank, that is the systolic and diastolic mmHg. So that is today's experiment. So next day we will again meet with a new experiment with some new topic. Till then, take care. Thank you.